Lenovo integrated camera issues, and
Mm.
it was like the second option.
What did it say? Yeah, it's not really you. Just some idiots press F8.
I googled Lenovo integrated
Why am I hearing that?
because I just went live on YouTube, so it was like
Oh,
the computer's
Ooh.
open.
I was like, is someone Zoom like lagging that bad?
Yeah, sorry. Okay. And 24 hours from now, we're going to have the first technical issue, and we're going to have to pause the draft.
True.
All right.
I wonder what the over-under set on that. Has to be one.
For technical miss or errors.
Yeah.
And ooh.
That's got. Hold on.
Goodell's doing the first pick from his house.
Was basement.
His basement.
Yeah, from his
Imagine
basement.
his internet just goes out.
I wouldn't be surprised if they get hacked. I really
That would
wouldn't.
be so funny.
Please tell me this is a thing.
They were all like, yeah, we didn't have any problems in the trial that they did. But a real hacker wouldn't do it during a trial. They would wait, so they couldn't fix it. So I wouldn't be surprised.
That would be so funny.
I would love that, honestly.
Some prop bets. Where they at?
All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Around the 4 and 2 2020 NFL Draft Mock Draft Mania. We got Smitty, we got Tyler. We're joined with 2 of the 4 guys that decided to come back. I think the other 2 just didn't want anything else to do with us. Donnie's too busy watching draft day. Richie's probably sleeping for 48 straight hours. Who knows? But anyway, Jake and Nate are back with us. If you guys watched last time, you obviously know where to find them. But just once again, if you guys want to say where everybody can find your stuff.
Nate, it's all you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You can catch me at NateJW Sports on Twitter. You can catch me on Fansided, Canal Street Chronicles, soccer podcast coming soon. Stay tuned.
Nice.
Yeah, you can follow me at Jake NFL Draft, and do stuff at NFL Box and at Horseshoe Heroes. So that's where you can find most of the stuff.
Yeah, I know last time you said you were pretty much burnt out from draft stuff, but here you are one last time to bring the people some mock draft madness. So
yeah, I mean, I wish it was one last time. I mean, I got 5-team big boards
one last time with
tomorrow,
us,
and I don't want to do them, but said I would.
All right.
Do it,
well,
so.
Anyway, we don't know each other's picks. Beefy knows where he's going with number 1, and that's the extent of what we know right now. So
the other guys know where I'm going with number 1 too.
He could throw everything off. This thing could get ridiculous within a matter of 30 seconds. We're going to have 90 seconds in between picks. Are
we doing like a timer?
I'll have a stopwatch going.
Oh, sick.
So
what happens if you don't?
What's that?
What happens if you don't make it 90
seconds? If
at
90 seconds, I tell you got to make a pick, it goes to the next person.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The team gets to jump you.
We saw it happen
from the Zoom
2003, and we saw it happen in 2011. I believe were the 2 times that's happened.
That's crazy.
That's actually crazy, yeah.
I don't remember that.
I can't believe that's actually happened.
How do you have this much time and not know?
But anyway, Beefy's on the clock. I don't know if I have to start a stopwatch for this one or if he's ready to roll. But
no,
the number 1 pick to the Cincinnati Bengals is going to be.
All right. I'm switching it up. It's going to be Chase Young out of Ohio State.
That was 1.89 seconds.
And here's my reasoning. All right. Everybody knows like Joe Burrow's going to there. But in this mock draft, I'm having Chase Young go there because a quarterback will affect your wins more than a defensive end will immediately. So if they take Joe Burrow, then they will have probably, say he adds between 2 to 4 wins onto their total from last year. Chase Young by himself will not add 2 to 4 wins. So they could potentially go for a quarterback next year like Fields or Lawrence and still have Chase Young on their team. That's my reasoning, is that he's not going to affect your win total enough where you could still suck and get a quarterback next year, and you still have Chase Young, who is, in my opinion, the best prospect in the draft.
Yeah, you mentioned that on the last one, even though it was Nate with the number 1 pick when we were talking about the pick post-pick. You mentioned that there still should be a case to go Chase Young. And I mean, we've kind of talked about it. I think it's going to be Burrow, but for, parity, I kind of like it going that direction because now here at number 2, Nate's got about 20 seconds to decide where he's going with this.
Yeah, and it's tough. I do want to run this by you guys really quick, I think, as far as it goes. Trading up to the number 2 pick here, if you're the Dolphins, which pick gets it done? We know it's probably going to be that number 5, but is it the 18 or do you hold out for the 26? I have both teams, so I want to get a little chat here before we run down the 90 seconds.
How much time did you say he had?
Are you asking?
Oh, he's up.
Well, no, because okay.
How did I
So,
start with 90 or how did I start with 20 seconds?
all right, that's time. But to answer your question,
As soon as I think it's as soon as I give my
think as
pick,
soon as
you
his
have
pick
90
is-
seconds.
as soon as that
we
pick,
discussed. You
as soon
cannot.
as soon as that pick's announced, yeah, I'm restarting this to 90 seconds and has 90
Okay.
seconds.
That's
The
right,
thing
that's right.
Okay.
with your question though is, are you asking if 26 would be enough along with 5, or if they would have
Right.
to include 18?
Right. Because they're both
Uh,
my teams. I could just swap 5 for 2 for no reason if I wanted to.
I have a feeling that they'll want 26 and 56 if you're going to go that
Yeah,
route.
I think that's probably the
Maybe
most likely.
26 and 39 even.
Yeah. So we're gonna offer up 26 and then was it 56 that they have? I know it's like mid 50s.
Yeah.
We're gonna offer up 26 and 56. Now we're gonna accept that, and the Dolphins are gonna trade up to number 2. So it changes a little bit of our strategy here, but one thing that's not changing, we're taking a quarterback, and it's Joe Burrow. He falls to 2. Somebody's getting there to take him. And the Redskins trade back to 5, and then 26 and 56. So we'll switch that up. But Joe Burrow is the second player off the board. If he's not first, he's going to be second for me.
Yeah.
I don't have much debate there.
No. And if you're the Redskins, I mean, you obviously lost out on Chase Young, which hurts. But once
Yeah.
he gets past that point, you weren't going to take Burrow unless, we've seen it happen where, Ron Rivera's coming in as a new head coach. We saw in Arizona last year, a first-year quarterback lose his job because a new coach came in and wanted to get his guy. So, I mean, I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibility if for some reason Joe Burrow doesn't go number 1 that the Redskins wouldn't take Joe Burrow. But, if they feel like Haskins is their quarterback, they're getting, the extra pick in the first round and a 3rd round pick just to move back 2 spots. So
Yeah. Mama, we're leaving
Yeah.
Ohio.
Yeah.
we're leaving
South
Ohio.
Beach.
I don't need any more time to make my pick here for the Lions. We're going Jeff Okudah. It's staying that way. Like I said before about the pick, it made sense with Darius Slay being there. Without him being there, it's got to be locked in. Unless they were to make a move, but in this scenario, Miami's already moved ahead of them anyway, and that would probably be the logical team for them to trade with. The Chargers really don't have a reason now to try to jump them for Tua Tagovailoa, if that would be their pick. So the Lions can have the guy that they wanted anyway. Unfortunately, they don't get to move back because of what how this thing started out with Chase Young. But yeah, the Lions will take Jeff Okudah and be happy about it. That was the guy they planned on taking anyway. So there it is. Jeff Okudah, cornerback, Ohio State, number 3.
It's the pick. Okay, so time, I think the Giants are on the clock, right? All right, let's get the Giants hat on. Gentlemen, my connection's having serious problems already. Can't trade back. So this pick's going to be a line for the Giants. I am going to go with Jedrick Wills, who is my top tackle in this class. I think he's a great pass protector, probably the best footwork of anybody in this class. And recovery quickness, outstanding. Dude's a mauler too. I think he's the complete package. You get him on the other side from Nate Solder. You protect Daniel Jones. Simple as that.
Roll Tide.
Yeah. I don't have an issue with it. When we made the Giants pick, when I took Isaiah Simmons for them in our actual mock draft, not this madness that we're doing now, It was between those two. It was going to be tackle or, the defensive chess piece. That's a great investment for them to help out Daniel Jones, their long-term investment. So, yeah, no debate from me there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like it.
I remember on our show, like during the season, we would talk about Daniel Jones and the Giants and how he led the league in fumbles, and they needed their offensive line help really bad because their offensive line sucks.
Not good.
Yeah, they paid that money to Nate Solder and hasn't paid off. So,
not great.
Yeah, I like that pick.
I still have 25 seconds left, but I think I'm ready to make the pick here for the Chargers. There's a lot of smoke here. Are they actually going to go quarterback? Is it going to be Tyrod Taylor? Could they use tackle?
Washington?
Absolutely.
Wait,
Is
what?
this Washington?
Oh wait, Washington picking. Sorry.
yeah, Washington.
You know
traded back.
why?
Sorry.
Because when that trade happened, I forgot to scratch them, move them
Scratch
around.
them all. That's I was kind
I
of
put
worried
Joe
about that.
Burrow.
I had to double check.
Like-
So I just wrote Joe Burrow as the number 5, but I put a little asterisk that says 2. So yeah, you're right. The Redskins are picking.
If Joe
dig
Burrow actually goes 5, I don't know how I'll react.
All right. Who was it that tweeted the media has never been more wrong on a draft than this draft?
Yeah,
Who
there's
knows? If that happens, I'll probably faint and I'll be
Okay.
on camera. So
The media has never been more wrong, but it's not going to be on picks number 1 and 2. I'll tell you that.
no. And what if that's just the ultimate smokescreen? Like, hey, you don't actually know who we're going with here, but we don't need any more time to make this one either.
Yeah.
The Redskins on my little short list that I had made up for teams. It was Chase Young first, obviously, lost out on that sweepstakes, traded back here, and got the next guy on our board free of charge, easy peasy. Tristan Wirfs is coming off the board at the tackle spot.
Like it.
If you're wanting to build around Dwayne Haskins and that company there, protect him. Bring in a big guy. He is impressive, to say the least. I think second on the Avengers list, obviously, to Isaiah Simmons. He can pretty much come in and start. Some people have talked about moving him to guard, but I don't see that. I like him in the tackle spot.
Yeah, we'll see how quickly the run on tackles begins. And being the guy with the next pick at the Chargers, even though I tried to leapfrog you there without the time running out. But yeah, as I was saying about the Chargers, it makes a ton of sense for them to go tackle. But now with the 2 being off the board here in the first 5 picks, we're just going to go ahead and take our quarterback of the future in Tua Tagovailoa out of Alabama. He is not going to Miami. Miami was able to make the move up for Joe Burrow. I like Tua here because, they've already said that they're comfortable with Tyrod Taylor. So Tyrod Taylor can start the season. You don't have to throw Tua in there right away. The only problem is, what if Tyrod isn't playing that great? Because they have such a good roster. If Tyrod Taylor doesn't have them in a position to compete, I wonder how quickly they are going to want to make that change, how quickly the fan base will be calling for that change. But the biggest question is, the health. It probably would be very beneficial for him from a health standpoint, just a mental standpoint, learning the game to sit out that first year. So, they're really banking on Tyrod, at least keeping them competitive to keep the fan base at bay for a season.
I actually really like that pick. I think if Tua is going to succeed, you either have to get him a Cybertron suit where he can't get hurt, or you have to basically set him for a year, let him fully recover so he's ready to go, and just let him go from there. And that's a great landing spot for him, honestly. Phillip Rivers, I hope they do a better job at surrounding Tua than they did Phillip Rivers in the long term.
Man, that pick with the Chargers have just been unlucky with injuries. And then Tua comes to town.
Yeah.
That is just I love him though. Tua's awesome. Great prospect. So
Beefy, I don't know if you're aware, but you are on the clock with the Panthers here.
Yeah, I've got my pick. I was just waiting for you guys to wrap up. All right, so the Panthers with number 7 are taking Derek Brown, defensive tackle out of Auburn. I think the Panthers need to address their defense, and we're going to start up front with them. I was also debating cornerback, but I did decide to go with the defensive line because the battles are won in the trenches. And Derek Brown, we did say he has some maybe he doesn't give it his all every single rep, but when he gives it his all, he's one of the most talented defensive tackles in college football. So, yep, that's my pick.
No quarrels with me on that one.
No argument there.
Yeah, I think that the only thing this is, I mean, I don't know what the next pick is going to be, obviously, with Jake here in the Cardinals, but I had somebody in mind and he didn't go right there to the Panthers. I think that the Panthers would love for him to be there when they're picking. Jake's putting on his Cardinals hat right now to make the pick.
All right.
But yeah, there's a certain
Bet I have
defensive player that doesn't have a certain position that I think could go 7 if he's there. We'll see what the Cardinals do here at 8, but
You know, I think you're reading the Cardinals' minds here because I will say it's definitely between two players. I like the top 2 tackles. It would have been great for them to fall here, but they didn't. So it's either Kinlaw for me or it's Simmons. I think Simmons will be the pick here for the Cardinals. Again, like you said, it's positionless. I mean, he probably play some weak side linebacker. You're probably going to get him at nickel corner. I think his best position is probably going to be safety. And again, he's versatile in that regard where you can put him near the box and he'll make plays for you, tackles behind the line of scrimmage, all that stuff. And he's got the range on the back end, good ball skills. Maybe, if Cliff Kingsbury is feeling like it, maybe throw him at receiver. I don't know. Why not?
Why not in the red zone for sure?
Yeah. They don't really have a tight end that's awesome. So just throw Simmons in there, tight end, flex tight end, red zone. Do it.
I really like what the Cardinals are building, especially if they end up getting Isaiah Simmons in this draft. I am a huge fan of that team, just not as a real fan, but I have a friend who's a wide receiver on that team, actually. So hopefully he can stay on the roster with what they're getting. But anytime they don't draft a wide receiver first round, his chances go up. So I'm happy.
It's true.
All right, I just want to say that I forgot Simmons was on the board. However, I'm sticking by my pick. I'm still. This is different than our other draft.
He's getting
okay?
lost in the madness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's madness.
Yeah.
He got lost in his own madness. Really, we started with Chase Young, and madness ensued.
Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't even thinking of Simmons because I figured he'd be gone by now. So in my head, on all of my players that I have written down, he's not one of them because I figured he'd be gone.
Yeah. I mean, conventional wisdom potentially going off the board at 4 tomorrow night. So
yeah. And to your credit, he, in my opinion, is not going to be anywhere near here. I have that written on my sheet for the Jets because in the simulation I ran, he was there. No, it's just somebody's going to trade up and get him. There's no doubt.
All right, I believe I have the next pick. Right?
Yep.
With the Jags. All right. So the Jags are going to address the offensive line. They need to protect. They need to protect Gardner Minshew and open up some holes for Fournette if he's still there. We don't know because apparently he might be traded. But they are going to take Mekhi Becton from Louisville, and I like him a lot. I know Wills and Wirfs are the top 2, but I think he's just right up there with them. He's just a big dude that can move around really quick and.
Yeah, he's got really clean pass sets, and for someone that's that big and long as he is, it's super impressive.
Yeah, was he the one that I said watching a big dude that can move like that last week?
Mountain from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
100%. It's I saw him on TV. You see him lining up at left tackle,
oh, hey.
Yeah, I think the thing is with Becton as opposed to Wirfs and Wills is I think that the ceiling is right there along with those guys, maybe a little bit higher. Excuse me, but the floor is what might scare you. He's like Richie mentioned, he might be, a Tyron Smith type player. He also might bust out of the league. So
the Jags are taking that risk.
Hey, 2 first rounders, a rebuilding team. Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
I'm here for it.
The Browns are up next, and that'd be Jake. So
how much time do I have? Because how wild should we do this?
20 seconds.
How wild do we want to go here in Cleveland? You want to see it go nuts? Madness? We may want it.
I mean, for a team that had to open beer fridges when they won after such a long time, I think the madness is set in. So
okay, the Falcons are going to move up here from 16 to 10.
Oh, okay.
So, sorry, wrong hat. Give me 5 seconds. Okay, Falcons moving up actually, and the Browns aren't picking right now. Okay, move back. Yeah, Atlanta's jumping up here. We'll give them.
What's the terms of the deal?
What?
What's the terms of the deal?
We're giving up a second and a fourth, along with 16 to move up.
Ooh, tight.
Okay.
So the move up is actually for CJ Henderson.
Oh,
But that's going to be the pick. Yeah. Again, I think this has been an underperforming team the last couple seasons since that cataclysmic loss in the Super Bowl. And really, the secondary needs an overhaul. I mean, Desmond Trufant gone. I mean, Isaiah Oliver really hasn't cut it. I think you're getting a great player in coverage here with CJ Henderson. Again, man coverage is excellent. Zone coverage, and when he plays off a little bit, his click close isn't elite yet. But I mean, great athlete. You're getting a guy competitive at the catch point, good size. We can see this happen. I really believe it. So Falcons, we're going up to get our guy.
Yeah, kind of going along with maybe the draft not going as we might think it's going to. CJ Henderson's all of a sudden a name that people are talking about, like, could he go in the top 10? So moving to 10 to take him.
Does it?
I mean, that's the guy I took for the
It
Falcons,
is.
but I sat at 16. Who knows if the Falcons are going to be able to actually do that tomorrow night and come away with him. So
It's going to be wild if they do that.
okay. So we go to number 11. That's the Jets. That's Nate.
so this sets up really nicely. In these last couple of picks
You're
here.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Welcome.
I just heard Sam Darnold go, thank God, into his headset on whatever streaming service we're going to use to do this. But
Send
Andrew
Thomas Dimitrov a fruit basket, okay?
yeah. One of my top tackles, my top 3, he is my number 3 tackle. Andrew Thomas falls here. And it's kind of a pick. I think really this could go either way. If there is a tackle there might not be. And there might be. You never know with one of these things. But Mekhi Becton versus Andrew Thomas, just kind of how the board falls. But in this case, I get my preferred tackle here with Andrew Thomas. The Jets probably are going tackle. I could see them going a couple other spots, but tackle, just you got to fill it. And the first round is the best place to fill a tackle need if you can't do it during free agency.
I like to pick. I like to pick a lot, mainly because now I'm sitting here with John Gruden and the Oakland Raiders with no receivers taken.
It's got to feel good.
Philadelphia called. They tried to move up, but they wanted the exact same guy that we know that we're taking right here. The pick's going to be CeeDee Lamb, receiver, Oklahoma, who I know that there's, some smoke with Henry Ruggs being the preferred guy for John Gruden. I think it's CeeDee Lamb. I think that he fits that offense like a glove, and I think that that's Gruden's guy. I think that if he's there, going to be too hard to pass on. The Philadelphia came up. They were trying to give us 21 next year's first. We weren't biting. We want CeeDee Lamb. We're taking him here.
I
Hard
dig
to
it.
argue. He's my number one.
Funny thing
receiver.
is, I'm the Eagles too, so I offered that to myself and I declined it.
Offered myself. I just couldn't get it done.
I love so many receivers in this class, but yes, CD's my number 1, and I think all of our number 1s. So, good pick.
Sure.
No, I think Jake's number 1, unless it's changed, is going right here to my 49ers as well, who I'm picking for. The 49ers are taking Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver,
Okay.
Alabama.
It's awkward. Guess they missed the rankings, Nate.
Yeah, yeah.
Guess they missed it because it's actually neither of those two.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
changed.
It's
changed.
different.
I have missed it then.
It used to be him. It used to be
Judy's
him.
been my guy. Like
Forever.
You guys
Like, for a
know.
long time.
Couldn't believe the grading. That's what I love about the grading scale, though. Is like, sometimes it can remove some bias. Henry Ruggs is my top receiver. Wild enough.
Yeah.
That is pretty
I
wild.
still all 3 are outstanding players. So
I mean, he's no Van Jefferson, but okay.
Okay.
well, and Jefferson's no Henry Ruggs.
That is true. That is true.
Very contrasting styles. That's an awesome pick for them, Jerry Jeudy.
Nate's got the Bucks here. He's still got a bit of time. Don't know if they're still thinking here. The Bucks would probably have loved for one of those tackles to fall, but
Yeah.
they do have a lot of different ways that they could go with this pick.
They do it.
He can
Well, there's a lot of
absolutely
things I could do.
Do
He
it.
can absolutely
Their
unleash.
offensive problem. Do it.
Yeah, really, the offensive problem that they have.
Just do it. Just do it.
No, I can't.
John
do that.
Elway is watching this one very closely.
I'm sure he is. As far as things go, they've got such a big need at tackle right now, and you've got an old Tom Brady. Your wide receiver core is pretty good, not quite as good as the Saints receiving core, contrary to Twitter's belief, but that'll be what it'll be. So we're gonna go ahead and look to another spot here because I don't like any of the tackles enough to take one at 14 here. We're gonna address something that might be a little bit controversial. We're going to have to go running back here at 15. And not a lot of mocks have a running back coming off the board in the first round. I don't think that's the case. I think it's probably going to happen one way or another. And we're going to take DeAndre Swift from Georgia.
I guarantee Donnie Druin would fall back in his chair right there if that happened.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably
Cue
would.
that video.
Yeah, can someone play that?
Out of all the players I wrote down on my paper, I did not have a running back.
Yeah, it's not a super common one from any mock draft that I've seen overall, but it's a need. It's a need. So in tackle, I don't like it. You could go Josh Jones here. That's the only one I think I could even justify. But not for me.
That's true.
I mean, after the first 4 tackles, there's not really one worth taking in the first.
It's really not consensus at all.
I think it's early second is when my next one would probably be valued because the ceilings are there, but the floors, if you're telling me, they're like the Tower of Terror. They're way down there.
Well, so Nate, who's your tackle 5?
My next tackle that I could see coming off the board.
No, who is your 5th ranked tackle?
Oh, my 5th ranked tackle is Josh Jones. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
And after that, it's the Nyang Gang.
Yang Gang at 5.
Nyang Gang at 5.
Yeah, I thought we were going Kinlaw there.
That's what I thought. I thought for sure.
I wanted to. I like the depth in the defensive classes here. And if it's not a running back, that's probably what it's going to be. But we're doing it.
All right.
Well, second overall. It's fine.
I got the Broncos. I don't need any time at all.
What is more? Hold on. One second. What's more surprising? Him taking a running back at 15 or me taking Chase Young at 1?
The running back at 15.
Running back.
100%.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I just wanted to solidify my pick.
100%.
I slumped all the way down my chair when he took that running back.
100% the running back. I just
already
some of the needs. I don't see him there.
It's like, why do that when you could get Taylor, CEH at 45?
Don't you know that Taylor's already going to be a Steeler apparently?
We're printing the jerseys.
Do it.
That would be cool.
I would be okay with that.
I mean, it would be cool, but I don't want it.
We're printing the jerseys just like Denver is right now for Henry Ruggs.
You're not getting too excited for Michael Pittman Jr.
My heart is going to be broken whenever he gets drafted.
I'm telling you, if he's there at 44, I think Ballard's going to do it. I really do.
What if Jordan Love's there?
I don't think he likes Jordan Love.
Really?
I don't know if they're going to select him. I really don't. They're definitely not going to move into the first, up stamping it for him.
I've seen more Jordan Love to the Saints picks today in mock drafts that I've looked at than I have this entire process.
I've also heard that.
No faith in Taysom.
No, well.
They're like, man, maybe somebody's dumb enough to take that tender.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, hey, no. Cole McDonald is the next Taysom Hill, so we'll see how that plays out.
No, he's not.
You want
to move past
Okay, hold on. Cole McDonald is not 245 pounds and runs a 4.3.
Think optimistically, on one hand, he's not that. On the other hand, could he be that in the future? Probably not, but he could.
I'm going to say that every pick, I'm going to compare it to someone in the league. Is he that? No. Could he be? Probably not, but I'm going to pick him anyway.
Hey, you never know. You never know.
No, let's do it right here at 15. Can't wait.
No, I already picked.
Oh, you did?
I said they're printing the Jonathan Taylor Steelers jerseys like I'm printing the Henry Ruggs Broncos jerseys.
Gotcha.
So Henry Ruggs to the Broncos. Perfect compliment to Cortland Sutton. That offense with Noah Fant, Drew Lock, second year. Hopefully not a sophomore slump. Hopefully he takes another step.
trade. Just to let y'all know. I
Trade.
like that.
Yeah, we have a
lot.
different team up now, right?
Ruggs and
What is that?
Hold up.
Oh,
What in the world?
wait a second. Wait, Jake, you didn't notice anything because you were the one talking. Mike, wait, hold.
Wait, your mic's messed up.
Say a sentence.
it is.
Oh,
Oh,
there you
no,
go.
now it sounds fine.
The son of Satan just unleashed itself from your computer.
Listen, Dave Gettleman, we were in here earlier. IT was trying to figure it out. Couldn't do it.
This is perfect for the Browns pick, though.
This pick's being traded.
It's being traded again?
Again?
Yeah, sure is.
Man.
Guess is on the clock.
Oh God. No. No.
So the Patriots decided, you know what? Jarrett Stidham, screw him.
Oh God.
Justin Herbert is a Patriot, folks. There we go. Cleveland will take the 2021 second and pick 87 along with 23 for this pick, and we're going Justin Herbert. Arm talent's great. I think mechanics got a little bit of a refinement there. I think he steps in the bucket and his hips and shoulders kind of there's too much twisting and torquing there. Great sporadic accuracy, but I'll tell you what, I mean, leader, great athlete at the position. And I think they're going to like him more than Jordan Love. And so if he falls this far, that's what we're doing. The Browns get to nice cushy picks in this thing so far.
Yeah, what is this? You're building up the Browns to destroy the Ravens and Steelers in the AFC North. And
Yeah, we're not watching draft day, but we're living it.
We're living it.
We're living
This is
it
like
right
my Madden strategy, just get a good team and then trade all your picks backwards so you have picks this long of a list.
Exactly.
All right, we got Beefy with the Cowboys.
All right, we don't have to take much time. I have the pick, and they are going to the defensive side of the ball. They're looking to the outside, and they're going to take Clevon Chason out of LSU. And he's got good size. He's got good speed.
Him and DeMarcus Lawrence.
What's that?
I said him and DeMarcus Lawrence.
Yeah. They just wanted to shore up those edge rushers. That way they can prey on the quarterbacks in the NFC East. But he's got good size, good speed, and if he continues on the season that he just had at LSU, then he'll be good as rookie season.
You have him higher on the board right now than Kinlaw?
No. I'm just addressing I'm just addressing their edge over their defensive tackle.
I was just curious. I think it's a good pick though. I like it.
Yeah, I dig that.
Curious if that was just a direction.
Yeah, no. I have Kinlaw higher, but I'm not picking highest player. I'm just picking by position.
Yeah, I like that. I like it.
Makes sense. I'm here for it.
Moving on to the Dolphins with Nate here in their second and now last first round selection of this draft.
Yeah. And honestly, I think in a different situation, we're probably trading back from this pick. I don't want to think that far, though. My brain doesn't work like that. So we're going to go and attack another need here. What?
What do you want for 18?
What do you give me for 18?
Let's see. Nah, it's okay. Never mind.
Makes it difficult because you're managing so many teams and you've got so many picks.
I know. There was a team never mind. There was a team I thought I had that I didn't have for a second there.
In a way, I think just to kind of throw it out there, we are going to make a pick, but they trade back, stay in the first round, and probably draft a tackle because obviously Joe Burrow, let's protect him. But for now, there aren't any tackles available that I want to take at 18 personally. And we're going to go somewhere else and someone that I think can honestly change a defense. We're going to draft Xavier McKinney from Alabama. He's just kind of a safety that can kind of just line up however you need him to. He's going to be out there and the ability to be out there anyway, almost every down, and in a defense that could still use a lot of help in that secondary. I like this pick for them if they stay there for some reason. Otherwise, I'm trading down looking for a tackle like a Josh Jones like we were talking about earlier. For now, though, that's the pick, Xavier McKinney.
Xavier McKinney's who I gave them at 18 in our mock draft, and Josh Jones because I stayed with all three, so I took him at 26. But Xavier McKinney, yeah, he's being called Baby Minka. The Dolphins can do pretty much what they envisioned Minka Fitzpatrick doing for them with McKinney. So yeah, I love the pick there. Obviously, in this scenario, he's the first safety coming off the board. So
Yeah, I mean, great pick there. I think you can do it at every level of the defense. Yeah, I think you make a good point. I think if you lose 26, either what you can do is you still have 39.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like you need to move ahead of a team like, like say the Giants went Simmons, right? Didn't go tackle, and they feel like they're going to get a tackle. They like it at what, 35, I think it is.
Mhm.
You have 5 picks, maybe hop, give Ballard an extra pick. I know he loves doing that. So
Yeah, that's definitely the
Okay.
case.
maybe.
There's a lot of work to be done, and there's a lot of picks to do it. So see what they do in terms of trade backs, trade ups.
Miami has so many day 3 picks too.
They do.
like-
And there's a lot of fun players that are going to be available on day 3.
Absolutely insane. They have like 8 picks on day 3.
okay, so I'm sitting here with the Raiders, and I think this is where this is that typical Raiders pick that people aren't going to be that happy about. But like you mentioned last time, Jake, with the Raiders and Gruden getting an elder statesman from college, he's going Damon Arnett from Ohio State, the other Ohio State corner, opting for the veteran presence in that secondary. He will obviously start there with Trayvon Mullen. Christian Fulton's still on the board here. That's who you took for them last time. Jeff Black is still there. 2 guys that I would consider, but this just seems like a Gruden pick. We talked about how he kind of reached for Cleveland Farrell at number 4, going for, the guy with the experience there. And that's what Arnett brings to that secondary. So that's who they're picking here. A lot of people will probably not be happy with that pick, but it's a typical Gruden pick.
I think you've gone typically Gruden with both picks. I really think CeeDee Lamb's his guy at receiver. I think there was a report that he said that, right? Not going crazy. I think there was something that said
I'm pretty sure.
Like I said, I know that there was a report out there that the Raiders, but it might have been because him and Mike Mayock don't seem to agree on much when it comes to player evaluation. So I think Mike Mayock might like Ruggs more. It was one of the two.
Mike Mayock loves wide receiver CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
That's the quote
he's
from
like
Peter
a Gruden
King.
guy too. Seems just like the grit after the catch that type of player. I think, Smitty, you've been on point with this draft so far for Gruden. What Gruden wants.
Thank you.
I like it.
The Jags are on the board, and that's beefy.
Yeah.
This draft so far for the Jags.
This is an interesting pick because I originally thought I was going to be going one direction with it, but I think I'm changing my mind. Huh?
It said One Direction.
Yeah.
We're going to insert a drop there when I actually have the podcast on.
But I think I'm changing it up since he's still there. I'm going to take Javon Kinlaw.
What a draft so far for these guys.
I was originally going to go wide receiver because I wanted help for Minshew, but I didn't know that Javon Kinlaw was going to be here. So I'm taking him.
DJ Chark is a stud. D.D. Westbrook is a fine wide receiver. I don't you need at least 3 to 4 receivers in today's NFL, and they did cut Marquise Lee, who apparently was healthy, and they still decided to cut him. I think he could have complemented them nicely, but I get it. So I think that move would probably make me lean towards them grabbing a receiver in the first round, but they're probably not expecting Javon Kinlaw to be there at 20. And if they don't address one with their first pick and you want tackle there, which I think is a need too, I think you could make the argument for cornerback. But yeah, obviously with the trade of Calais Campbell, defensive tackle, defensive end, something on the D line becomes a necessity for them too. So you can make a case for pretty much anything on that football team at this point. They're going to trade Fournette. So
yeah, this is a rebuilding team. And I think, at 42 for the Jags, there'd be some good receivers still available too.
Yeah.
So not going to be a lot of Javon Kinlaws available at 42.
No.
So
Derek Brown is ranked higher by pretty much everybody, but Kinlaw has got potential to be the best defensive tackle in this draft. So
I agree.
Either one, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. I think the value is really good here. So
I'm sitting here with the Eagles at 21. Denzel Mims might have been the pick, but we heard what he said about Philadelphia. Wasn't too fond of the people when he went there. So we're going with a guy that I believe was
Neither am I.
also. What's that?
I said I'm not fond of the people in Philadelphia either.
Right, but did you see that video where he was
No.
on like Zoom talking to those people and he was talking about how he felt like scared being there?
Damn,
Scared.
Yeah.
Weird.
Huh.
that's wild.
Interesting.
Weird deal.
But we're
Where's he
going
from?
we're going with Justin Jefferson here, wide receiver, LSU. We talked about it last time. Carson Wentz needs a receiver. For the love of God, please. He had a 4,000-yard season without a guy having 500 yards, took that team to the playoffs just to get hurt again in the playoff game. But please get him some weapons. The argument is here for corner. We thought about it, especially with Fulton and Gladney both on the board. But the receiver is the immediate need. They didn't see what they needed to out of J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Alshon Jeffrey's on the trade block. Deshaun Jackson came back last year and got injured, week 2? So I think receiver is where they have to go. And, yeah, Justin Jefferson's the pick here.
No arguments here. I think it's receiver, it's secondary. I really do. It really doesn't seem like they're going to value linebacker here. Neither of whom, Simmons is a linebacker, but neither of the top two are gone at this point. But yeah, I think it's one of the two spots for the Eagles. So I think you're getting the best receiver available right here.
Yeah, I'm all in on wide receiver for the Eagles. Just looking at look at their roster, look at the receivers, and just
Greg Ward.
like it's just tough. I don't know how Carson Wentz had 4,000 yards last year.
It's one of my favorite stats I've ever seen. Is that receiver stat and then Wentz's passing yards.
That's good. Like 10 years from now, we're going to have one of those posts on Twitter or whatever social media we're using at the time where it's like, don't forget that Carson Wentz still threw for 4,000 with blank, blank, and blank as his wide receivers.
Like no receiver got 500 yards. All right, well.
Speaking of receivers, the Vikings traded one away. They got a first-round pick out of it, so they are on the board here with the Bills' original pick at 22. That's beefy with the Vikings.
Yep, and I have the pick already, and they're going to defense with their first pick, and they're picking Christian Fulton out of LSU. I like Christian Fulton a lot. I mean, I know Akuta's the top guy, and you took the other corner of Ohio State as well before him, which that didn't happen in our last draft.
Arnett did not go in the first round, I don't believe.
Yeah.
Right.
But I like Fulton a lot. He's got good feet. His hip rotation is good. He can be physical when you need him to, or he can cover guys. I think he needs to work on like covering guys down the field, or like keeping with guys on routes when he stretched down the field. But besides that, I like him a lot, and they're going to the defense. Christian Fulton.
Makes sense. Yeah, I think corner's got to be one of their picks. I mean, lost Rhodes, lost Waynes, lost Alexander. Like this is has to.
You're saying losses there, but this could be an upgrade immediately with what those guys were. I mean, they weren't paying Trey Waynes $14 million a season. Xavier Rhodes was terrible for them over the last year and a half, 2 years. Mackenzie Alexander never really panned out. So
the slot guy. So yeah, it was. Yeah,
they need it.
Something I like about Fulton too is that even if guys get a step on him, he's got a lot of like makeup speed.
Mm-hmm.
Which a lot of guys don't have the speed that he has when it comes to like making up on routes. But
yeah, there aren't a lot that do in this draft. So
I'll never forget when he was suspended for a little bit earlier on in his LSU career. And I'm talking to my uncle who lives down in New Orleans in Kenner, and I'm talking to him. And I'm like, this kid, when he comes back, he's going to be a top 2 round draft pick one day because his skill set coming out of high school was just so solid. And when he came back, LSU fans were so happy, and now you know why. So he's going to do well at the next level. I think it's a good pick there for Minnesota.
Better than Greedy. No doubt about that.
Yeah.
So we'll find out right now if the Browns are making a pick yet.
Oh no, we're making it. We're good. We're good. And guess what? Browns fans are going to be pissed.
He's ready.
This is the guy that they've been tied to for the past week or so. Ezra Cleveland's going to be the pick here. It's not a good one, but that's what it's going to be.
Much suspense all for that.
I really think this might happen, and I know Browns fans are going to be mad about it, but you guys should be mad about it. Probably love this. You know, TJ Watt gets this dude. Oh, nice. I think they're going to bet on athletic upside, which is literally what all teams do with tackles. and there's a lot of them that don't pan out really well. I mean, like Titus Howard was a first-round pick last year. Like, again, Ezra Cleveland honestly went through his stuff. Not a fan.
Me either.
Not a fan. It's all athletic traits and upside for him. It's
Is he
really
in your
what it-
top 10 tackles?
No,
Me either.
not at all.
Nope.
I think he's 15 or something like that.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
upper.
It's
Like,
low.
I think
It
he's
is low.
13. I'd have to look, but
It's low.
not a
Like,
huge fan.
Not a fan. But this is like almost similar to like Colton Miller when the Raiders did that a couple of years ago. It was really shocking. I really think this is what's going to happen. I'm concerned for Browns fans. Obviously traded out of 10 when Thomas was there. Not great, but going Ezra Cleveland. Hopefully they'll make up for it later with all their seconds that they picked up.
Right.
Yeah. It's not good.
All right, so just in the nick of time, it's been 1 minute and 26 seconds. Nate, you got the Saints pick here.
Yeah, the Saints are up and they have a clear need at linebacker, corner, receiver, and one other spot that's the potential pick in the quarterback spot. However, for right now, we're in win now mode, so we're not going with the quarterback.
Nate.
Dang it.
You it.
We are bringing or attempting to bring the Lombardi home this season. We're trusting that our linebacker core can stay healthy. We like what we have there. We've taken several high round draft picks on them. DeMario Davis, a one-man wrecking crew. We're looking to fix that aging, underperforming secondary and taking Jeff Gladney out of TCU.
My man.
And Jeff Gladney and Marshawn Lattimore might be your starting cornerback group by the end of the year.
Might.
Yeah, probably will. Yeah. They might start the year out. Not gonna lie. Jackrabbit can come in a little bit, but you also had significant departures in that realm. You lost significant. You lost Eli Apple.
Great player.
But yeah.
Great
Round
player.
one.
His wife's Twitter game is better than his NFL game, and that's gonna be missed more than anything.
Way better.
Yeah. So yeah, Jeff Gladney. That's the pick.
I'd love it. Put him in
That's
the
the
slot. Put him in the slot right away at least.
Yep.
Do that
Definitely.
for sure.
Yep.
I would have liked to have seen him to the Vikings a couple picks before, but I think Christian Fulton honestly does make more sense there when you look at the other corner they have there. Mike Hughes kind of seems like he'd be a Zimmer guy over a guy like Jeff Gladney. So,
Which I love as a Packers fan.
right.
I don't want my guy Jeff Gladney.
And going right back to the well for the Vikings, they are on the clock here with about 40 more seconds.
Yeah, I don't need those.
Okay.
We're going with Denzel Mims, wide receiver out of Baylor. And I don't really know if I have to say much about this guy. We all saw him at the Senior Bowl, and this dude's just a baller. He's got great length. He's 6'3", which I didn't know he was that tall until I saw him in person. He doesn't look that tall when I watch him on film, but I think he's got a good catch radius. I'm not worried about his hands. Neither are the Vikings. They're going with him.
Yeah, it's another high-grade speed guy with, like you said, he doesn't look as tall, but then you with the catch radius, it's not. He looks way bigger when you got that huge wingspan, and like you said, so.
Yeah, he's good at contested catches, going up and getting the ball, which there's one catch in particular when we were in Mobile that I just remember it was I don't even know who was covering him, but he just went up and grabbed it. I can envision it in my head because I was standing along the fence and watching it.
I think I know what you're talking about. I don't remember who's covering him. Mostly because the corners got wrecked all week.
Yeah.
So
that was kind of to be expected.
Well, yeah. When you got Van, KJL.
I love Van Jefferson.
Dane Jackson did okay.
Day one in the one-on-ones, Dane Jackson was very good.
Dane Jackson did okay. He did. Yeah.
Especially comparatively.
Day 3 apparently
Troy
he was
Pride
good,
did
but
good.
we didn't go.
Troy Pride did good. That was the other one.
Yeah, so the Redskins now have 2 first-round picks. They're on the clock here.
Yeah, so we traded back, and now we're beefing up. Pun fully intended, beefy. We're looking to improve that offensive line here, and for what we're going with now, we've already gone a little bit in that direction, but for now, on the interior, we're going to go ahead and I believe, we are. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and take Cesar Ruiz. He projects favorably to start at any position of those interior offensive line positions. I love the guy's footwork for his size. It's so good. I don't see him not going at least late first, early second here, and it just seems to fit. You're rebuilding a team, start building a dynamic offensive line, grab him on the interior. You're set for a while.
You might have just ensured that John Schneider's trading back again with that pick.
Yeah, well, hey,
Every year.
fallout. It's fallout.
Just trash. All right. Let's try to be. Are we gonna go full Seattle? Yeah. I almost want to trade back, but we're not gonna. That's fine. Let's see. What can Seattle do here? You know what? Actually, you know what? Let's get wild. You know what? Yeah. Austin Jackson is going to be the pick for Seattle. I didn't put my Seattle hat on. We're good. Seattle Seahawks. Old Seattle Seahawks.
How many hats do you have?
I have them all.
Oh.
So I was like, as soon as I got my teams, I went downstairs, grabbed them all, and ones I needed and brought them up. So we're going to go Austin Jackson. I think, again, not surprising that these tackles with athletic tools and upside are getting drafted in the first. Yeah, I mean, you got Dwayne Brown there, but other than that, not pleased at what I see. Definitely Ruiz was the target at 27. And then, of course, Washington had to go and do that. So, yeah, we'll go Austin Jackson. I think there's crisp footwork, but again, when you look at guys like Anai and Epinesa, guys who you're probably going to face even better players than that in the NFL. I mean, they made it look easy against him. So he's got some work to do. Maybe they, ease him into this thing, sit him for a year or something, or you're going to throw him on the right side. But it'll be interesting to see how they deploy Jackson. I really think this would be a trade out though tomorrow night.
I agree. I think they'll either take YGM or trade back.
That's a possibility as well.
Yeah, I like that. So I think I'm back up, right? It's the Ravens pick. Yeah.
Get the Ravens, yeah.
Okay, well, we made this pick fairly easy, actually, in terms of what we were kind of looking to want to do here at 28 anyway, and that is address a need at the linebacker spot. And another LSU player coming off the board. Take a drink, boys, because Patrick Queen is coming off the board here to the Ravens. I'm halfway glad Richie isn't here, so I can't get critiqued or praised for that either way.
Yeah.
Sometimes
no, he's not a Patrick Queen guy. I know that.
Yeah, I didn't think so, but
for
me, I love his stuff. If you're not a Patrick Queen guy, you can look at Kenneth Murray. That's fine, or you can look at linebacker a little bit later on. For me, it was linebacker, maybe some interior, but Cesar Ruiz is off the board. So once again, another plot foiled. Thanks, Nate. But yeah, so linebacker to the Ravens.
I like it. Actually, Richie gave them Malik Harrison in our mock. So
I don't like him as a first rounder at all.
No.
Not for me. Not for me. But he knows the Ravens a lot better, so I'll tip my cap in that one.
Yeah, he said he was looking at run-stopping linebackers there.
Yeah, which is understandable for sure.
He's probably the best one there.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a hot take. I don't
know. Within 5 to 10 yards, man, Queen's coverage and his tackling, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think he's the best one here. So.
All right, so we got Beefy with the Titans up. You still have 30 seconds, so.
All right, I'm deciding between two guys. So let me give me those 30 seconds.
Who do you guys think the two guys are? Quick.
I have a good idea because I'm
going to say Neville Gallimore.
I think Josh Jones is one of them.
Yeah. What? No love for YGM?
They did lose their right tackle.
No love for Epinesa?
It could be Josh Jones and Niang.
Oh, true. Yeah.
I'm about to go wild here at 30, folks.
Justin Matabuike.
I have my pick.
Yeah, it was at 128, so.
All right, so I have my pick. Smitty, you were right with your first guess, I think. Did you say Neville Gallimore first?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going with Neville Gallimore. They're addressing the defensive line. I love Neville Gallimore. Watching him at the Senior Bowl was awesome. But yeah, I wish he was. I mean, I know I'm supposed to be addressing him with the Titans. I wish he was there when the Steelers were picking. It's not going to happen. But yeah, I was deciding between him and I think Nate said Epineza.
Sweet.
Yeah,
It's
That little pat on the back.
yeah, those were the two I was deciding between. So I mean, they were both on the defensive line, edge, and defensive tackle, but I decided to go with the defensive tackle.
What are they doing at right tackle with the departure of Jack Conklin? Because I haven't seen any talk of them taking a tackle. Like
I'm not sure.
Maybe we'll find out if we carry this thing to the second round. We might find out.
That would probably be the most likely case, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe they just hope Derrick Henry's good enough that it doesn't matter.
I guess.
I thought you were going to say to
Playing
play
right tackle.
They could
Can you
draft
block for yourself?
Draft a running back at 29 and have Derrick Henry play tackle.
It's got the
I'm here
size.
for it. All pro bowler.
Yeah.
Jake's had his hat on for a while for this pick. He's picking for the fan.
Yeah.
With this
Well,
one.
so I think Jalen Reagor was my pick last time in this thing.
Yeah, it
It's not going
was.
to be the pick today. If anybody can guess this right, I will do something fun tomorrow night during the live stream. But
Can you at least
know
give us
last
offense
time-
or defense?
last time,
What?
Can you at least give us offense or defense?
Yeah, I'll give you offense. That's fine.
whoa, okay, so I would have been wrong. Because I say last time you talked about how they don't value linebacker, but I thought maybe you would.
Oh, no. I would have considered Queen at 30. No doubt.
I feel like I have an idea, but
Is
I'm
Kenneth Murray
saving
still on
it
the board?
for 1 second.
I think you
He
do.
is.
There's a wide receiver that he's really liked through this process. But I just
Sure.
don't.
Is
I
it
don't
the same
know if
wide
it's
receiver
going
that I
to be
like
a
through
wide
this
receiver
process?
and not Jalen Ray.
I don't know. Is it?
So
Is it Michael
kind of
Pittman Jr.?
my
Is
guess?
that your guess?
No. I'm just going based off what Nate said. That's my.
Is that
Oh,
Nate?
well, oh no, wait, it's offense. Never mind. I was gonna say it could be.
Sticking.
I'm telling you, if Jeff
kind of-
Gladney's there at 30, I would take him in a heartbeat.
Oh, I know that.
Rip. 'Cause it's not
Sticking
happening.
with the mold of Jalen Reagor, I'll go to somebody that I've seen mocked here to the Packers at least once. Kind of fits the mold. I'm gonna go with KJ Hamler as my guess.
Okay. Nate, are you finalizing MPJ or?
No, I didn't actually say that. Somebody else said that.
Oh.
No. I said MPJ. Nate only said it's a wide receiver that you've liked throughout this whole
Oh.
process, and I know you like Michael Pittman Jr.
I do. This is true.
I don't
Jordan
think
Love's
that's your
still on the board. The next throne rainer.
I don't think that's your pick, but I'll just say Michael Pittman Jr. to move this along.
I'm gonna go Brandon Ayuk.
Okay. So it's Hamler, Ayuk, and Pittman Jr. are all incorrect.
Dang.
The pick is Josh Jones at 30.
Oh, interesting.
I don't believe in Rick Wagner playing right tackle. If it's short term, that's fine, but I think you get Josh Jones in there now at 30. I think people are going to be surprised if Josh Jones on the board. I really think the Packers are going to take him. Again, I think tackles still in need opposite Bakhtiari. So you get Jones in there now. You get developing Elton Jenkins on the left guard. You feel good about pretty much the entire offensive line after that. And so again, now you can go back round 2, figure out what you want to do at wide receiver.
I think that's a better choice than taking a wide receiver there with what's left. And
I
I don't hate Josh Jones late first. That's what I'll say.
I like MPJ.
Yeah.
So
I will ride or die for Van Jefferson. I think he's going to be one of the best route runners to come out of this class. So
I think he's like number 2 route runner for me in the class.
yeah, it's awesome. And we saw what happened with Michael Thomas too, drafted later,
So good.
came in as a great route runner, put on the necessary additions physically, and bang,
Yeah.
he's
I like
one of the
that.
best now.
Yeah,
Arguably.
he was great on my fantasy team last year.
Which is saying something because Drew Brees spreads the ball around so much. Well, not now, but
Yeah. He should this year. Manny Sanders
he should this year.
in the building.
And Van Jefferson. Oh, wait, what?
Speaking of Manny Sanders.
So wasn't expecting this guy to fall here to the 49ers. And they did bring back Jimmy Ward, but with how many times a game you have 3 safeties on the field, I still think it makes sense. The 49ers need help in the secondary. The pick here is going to be Antoine Winfield Jr.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
He's got a lot of late first, early second hype recently. And I like it there for them. I think the secondary is no doubt what they need to address. If it ain't corner, go safety.
Niners like this. They're good, big fans. The Niners fans are cheering that Antoine Winfield's the pick.
What did I pick? Who did I pick? I had the Niners. Who did I pick last draft? Was that when I picked Diggs?
Yeah.
I think
Might
so.
have
Yeah. Trayvon Diggs.
Diggs
Right.
the Vikings. All right.
Super Bowl
And
champs.
rounding out the draft will be the Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl champions. Jake, there's a lot of different directions they could go.
True.
Nothing of immediate need, I would say. They probably have, a lot of flexibility with this pick.
Yeah. This might be shocking. I think corner is probably what they will likely do. I honestly believe if AJ Terrell's here, I think he's the pick. Like he is. He is obviously available in this mock. I think he'll be the pick. Noah Igbenogany is probably the highest guy on my board available. But this dude lasts here, and they do need a little bit of edge help. So I'm going AJ Epinesa for the Kansas City Chiefs to round it out.
No
Like
fight
that
for
pick.
me on that one.
Yeah, it's crazy that, when this process started, this guy was a top 15 player.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
here he is at
No
32
doubt.
being taken. And as you mentioned, with the way that the board looks, probably wouldn't go there to the Chiefs.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, like I said, I don't think he's the pick. I don't think it would shock me if it wasn't corner. Like I said, with Igbenogany and Terrell, even Diggs, guys like that available, I really think that's going to be the pick for them. I know linebackers a need. I think they'd take Ruiz if he was here, but obviously we don't think that's going to happen. So I mean, Epinesa be great value at 32, in my opinion, anyway. So
I agree.
I dig it.
the
You
Bengals
think
are on the
that-
clock, right?
I had a mock that I did last week where he
Bengals
was
and Jordan Love.
he was there whenever the Steelers were picking at 49. I was like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, you don't think it would, but it's like you go down the line, like for what teams will pick him, right? You're like, Miami potentially could. I could see Flores liking him. Obviously, they added guys in free agency. The Patriots, maybe. I thought the Bills were a great fit until they now don't have a first rounder.
I
So-
said, if Detroit maybe moves back into the first round again, I
That's
think that's a good scheme fit for him.
yep.
Matt
I think that
Patricia.
makes a ton of sense.
Okay.
Even
So,
Judge and the Giants too. Honestly, coming
Yeah.
over from New England, potentially. So
to recap, here's what we got. We got Chase Young going number 1 to the Bengals, which just started the madness right off the bat. The Dolphins decide to move up to number 2 for Joe Burrow. 3, Jeff Okuda. 4, Jedrick Wills to the Giants. Tristan Wirfs goes 5. Tua Tagovailoa at 6 to the Chargers. The Panthers take Derek Brown at 7. Cardinals take Isaiah Simmons. The Jaguars take Mekhi Becton. The Falcons move up to take C.J. Henderson. The Jets take Andrew Thomas. The Raiders go C.D. Lamb. 49ers, Jerry Jeudy. The Bucks, DeAndre Swift at 14. The Broncos go Ruggs. The Browns once again trade back and allow the Pats to select Justin Herbert. Cowboys go K'Lavon Chaisson. Dolphins go Xavier McKinney. Raiders go Damon Arnett. Jags Javon Kinlaw. Eagles Justin Jefferson. Vikings Christian Fulton. The Browns Ezra Cleveland. What a pick.
wild.
Just craziness.
Saints go Jeff
Madness.
Gladney to pair with Marshawn Lattimore.
Madness.
Denzel Mims. The Redskins now with a second selection go Cesar Ruiz. Seahawks, Austin Jackson. Ravens, Patrick Queen. Titans, Neville Gallimore. The Packers, Josh Jones. The 49ers, Antoine Winfield Jr. And finally, the Super Bowl champion Chiefs round out the first round with AJ Epinesa. Is that what's going to happen? Probably not.
That is a lot different than our first one.
It was.
There are.
Also, everyone traded with themselves.
That's true.
So
we did have discussions.
Yeah, a lot of discussions.
There's six new first rounders in this.
6 new ones.
Is any pick the same as before? I wonder if
So Okuda the Lions stayed the same.
Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of. That was
Mekhi Becton, because Richie took him for the Jags at 9.
Yeah, that's right. Kai Becton tried to go twice. I remember that. Yeah.
You selected Jerry Jeudy for the 49ers when you had them.
Oh.
Well, beefy.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Ruggs to the Broncos. That happened, I believe.
I think it did.
That holds water.
Xavier McKinney.
That holds water.
True that.
Neville Gallimore did go to the Titans.
Oh, he did.
I believe there's 7.
Okay.
We have more of the same than new. That's good. That's good. Wait.
Is it the same? Wait, the same number.
Wait.
We have more of the same exact
more
draft
of the
than there are in the first round.
More of the same exact than new players coming into the first.
Right.
Solid.
Good. Yep.
I need to get a hat just like that.
I thought of throwing a wild card in for the Titans and selecting Curtis Weaver from Boise State.
Ooh.
But
no, that's a Seahawks pick.
I didn't get that. I didn't get that.
That is a Seahawks pick for sure. That is so Seahawks.
I like him a lot.
All right. Well, anyways, thanks for joining us again, Nate, Jake's bandwagon hat.
I'm the cat in the hat now.
Why did you put Patriots on top?
That's what happens when you get Justin Herbert in the building.
It's prophetic.
How long is it before Edelman demands a trade to Tampa Bay?
We don't know he hasn't yet.
Within the week.
Nobody's reported it.
It's going to happen.
Tomorrow night during the draft.
Oh, that would be wild.
Then they might have to go wide receiver.
Yeah, I told you, Nate, you should have done Henry Ruggs. Break the league.
Should have done it.
Patriots trade up for Henry Ruggs.
Oh, God.
Who's throwing to him?
The GOAT from Auburn, Jarrett Stidham.
Jarrett Stidham, man. I'm telling you.
Or Patriots find a way to get they offer another first or something or 2 seconds next year or something for a Colts pick at 34 and draft Jordan Love.
Jake Eason.
Cole McDonald.
I'd be okay if he went to New England, if Jacob Eason did that. I'm worried more if Jalen Hurts goes to New England. That worries me.
I'd be very okay if Cole McDonald went there.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Belichick chewing him out for throwing the worst picks he's ever seen?
You think Belichick would let him keep his dreads?
Calm down.
Do what?
That's what he would tell Bill.
Do you think Belichick would let him keep his dreads?
Well, he cut him.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I didn't know he cut him.
He cut him. He was at the combine. He didn't have him.
Because the NFL's racist.
Asked him about it.
The NFL's racist, even though he's white.
Oh no.
All right. Well, anyways, guys, this has been a lot of fun. Look forward to seeing how the draft goes last night. Is it going to be closer to our first draft or this madness that we did tonight?
Probably neither.
Probably neither.
Probably neither. We need to compare and see which one gets more right.
Right.
I think even with Joe Burrow not going 1, the madness one might be closer.
Fair.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I will be keeping tabs.
I think the first 4 picks out of the other one will be correct.
Did Simmons go 4 in that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah.
Well,
after that, no idea.
But who knows? We'll find out tomorrow night. Yeah. But anyway, thanks again for joining. Thanks everybody for listening in. We'll talk to you guys when we talk to you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye.